Good morning, everyone. More recently, I've been thinking a lot about the key skills that we need to become CFOs. And not only become CFOs, become successful CFOs in our career. I've been raising this question with some very successful CFOs that I've met in conferences, in forums, and there are three main skills which come out as a result of these conversations. The first being your understanding of the company's mission, short-term and long-term goals. The second, your ability to build a relationship and manage senior stakeholders in the business. And the third one, the last one but not the least for sure, is your in-depth understanding of the business. And I'll touch upon these one by one. Let's touch upon the first one, which is about the company's mission, short-term and long-term goals. And I'll help you understand by asking a few questions. So as a finance leader, do I understand what company is planning to do in the next 6 months, 1 year, or 5 years? I'll give you a few examples. If the company is planning to launch a new product, am I involved in that? Am I providing the support to the business, CFO, and the CEO in this project? Or if the company is planning to go into a new territory, am I able to support the business in that? These are some of the things that you can think about as you're planning to aspire for a CFO role. Today, the CFO works very closely with the CEO to deliver the company's mission, short-term and long-term goals. The second most important skill that you need is the senior stakeholder management. And then there are a couple of things which come under this area. The first being, and the first question that we need to ask ourselves is, do I have a relationship with the senior stakeholders in the business? So if you don't have a relationship with the senior stakeholders in the business, then this is the first thing that you need to start working on. And you can approach it by doing a few very quick things. And again, I'll go with the same approach of asking some of the key questions for me to build the relationship with the senior stakeholders. The first being, do I know who are the senior stakeholders in the business? Do I know what their needs are, the projects that they are working on, and how can I support them? Thirdly, I need to present myself as an expert in my area and really build that credibility that they can come to me for advice and they can come to me for suggestions when they are working in their own area. And the last one, but definitely not the least one, is my in-depth understanding of the business. And I can tell you from experience, not my own experience, but a lot of others. When we are at the middle level management in the finance, I mean the finance managers, sometimes at the controller's level, depending on the organization, we are always bogged down with the month-end close, audits are going on, tax returns are being done, journal entries are being passed. We sometimes do not make it a priority, or sometimes not even have time to really understand what our business is doing. I'm not suggesting these things are not important, but if I'm aspiring to become a CFO in 2025 or in future, I need to make time for the understanding of the business. And again, I'll put out some questions for you. Firstly, do I clearly understand all the revenue streams, products, territories, different areas that we are involved in? Secondly, do I understand what revenue streams are profitable, are not profitable, how are they going, how the CEO is looking at that, how the CFO is looking at those revenue streams, how the business leaders are talking about those revenue streams, those different territories, those different areas of the business. I've noticed it so many times at the middle manager levels, the finance managers and some of the other guys don't even understand the products we are involved in. They can see the revenue coming in, but if you really ask them that, do you understand how the whole revenue flow works, they would not know that because they have never made this as their priority. I can assure you, if you got an in-depth understanding of the business, then it actually helps you with the two other key skills that we have talked about. As an example, if I understand the business very clearly, then I'll feel very confident to have some very meaningful conversations with the senior stakeholders. And this would also help me to help the company and support the company in their long-term and short-term goals as well. Now wrapping up, there are three main areas that you need to spend time on in 2025 if you are aspiring to become a CFO. The first being, understand the company's mission, short-term and long-term goals. The second being, build and maintain your senior stakeholder relationships. And the third, take the time out to build your in-depth understanding of the business. And this will help you with the first two that we have discussed. All the best for your CFO journey.